Okay, here, I'm going to try and show you some kind of detailed whatever you have. This is from Doctor Who. Isn't it amazing that here's the TARDIS, here's Saturn, and here's the moon. Here's the yellow and the purple. Right here, there's the yellow and the purple. And then here's this over here. So there you have that. That's all tied together. If you go to this is the inside. This is the inside of this police box called the TARDIS. That's what he travels through time and space in. Okay? If you look here on the wall, he refers to these as those wonderful little things. And he doesn't tell you what they are, but I'll tell you what they are. They're neutrino detectors. They catch neutrinos. This is the inside of this place over here. This is the Gran Sasso mountain where they catch neutrinos. Okay? So you can get a better look at what these things look like. There they are there. Here, on Doctor Who's, they're little hexagons, see, with the ball in the middle? If we look down here, here's one of these things from over here. And if I outline it for you, you'll clearly see the cube right here. You can see the cube right there. So these things that are here are inside here. If you look here, it says right here, hang on a sec. It says it's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. So if you've watched this long enough, you'll know that everybody that goes in the TARDIS realizes that it's bigger on the inside than it is the outside. Because after all, it's just a police box, which is nothing more than a telephone booth. Okay? So it's bigger on the inside, which would go against third-dimensional laws, until you understand what the TARDIS really is. The TARDIS is your mind. It's your mind. It's inside your brain. It's bigger than it is on the outside. And if you look at Doctor Who, he can go anywhere at any time, any place at the speed of light, which is the speed of thought. So where do these neutrino things fill in? Neutrinos are what tie all the consciousness together from all time and space. That's what these things are right here inside of his TARDIS. That's what they're doing at CERN. And to prove it to you, I'm showing it to you right down here. Here's CERN. Sends neutrinos. If they don't get neutrinos, right, from the Gran Sasso, that's what this place is right here. This is right from the Gran Sasso Martin. Okay? It sends neutrinos if they don't get them. From this place, they get sent to CERN before paradox. You see? All of this is being done with neutrinos. That's why they're so desperate to grab it, because it has to do with the consciousness. The TARDIS is the mind. The mind is bigger on the inside than the brain is on the outside, because it's infinite inside. So, if you remember, Doctor Who would always he would find children, and they would go on all of these great, wonderful adventures. But in the end, everything worked out all right. And he was able to do that because he would always say, it's these wonderful little things, but he would never tell you what they are. But we know what they are. They're these things, these neutrino detectors. These neutrino detectors, they don't hold electricity. They don't create it. They hold it. They're like the stitch in time that saves 9. They're what holds all the consciousness together. If the neutrinos burn up, then you'll lose all consciousness. It's like the never-ending story with the great nothing that was coming. And because the kid had to believe in the story to bring Fantasia back, or whatever that place was, he saved it. But here, this wasn't taken from, I didn't get this from some, above top secret or any of that bullshit. This was, this just came from some regular write-up. And it's absolutely 100%. I'm with all my studies and everything that I've tied together, CERN and Gran Sasso, which is owned by CERN, they're grabbing neutrinos and they're using it. It's the stitch in time that saves 9. It's the stitch in time that saves 9, because if they don't have enough of these neutrinos, this reality, I think it falls apart. So they have to try and save it. Now, who knows? Maybe it comes around every time that something or somebody always tries to destroy this reality. But this picture right here, if we look, this is supposedly them building it on the set, right? Why would you need this ring? If you look at the inside, if we go back and we look at the inside of Doctor Who's, the inside of it, it's the inside. It's the inside of one of them fucking plasma reactors. It sure as fuck looks like it to me. So, you know, the mere fact that they've got the TARDIS, Saturn, and the moon, the yellow and the purple, is far enough evidence that everything that I've been looking at has to be on the right track. It's bigger on the inside than it is the outside. Is your mind, because your mind is inside your brain, and it's bigger on the inside than it is the outside. The neutrinos are these things that Doctor Who always says are these little wonderful things that allow him to travel to all these different places and do things. And here's one of them right here, and as you can clearly see, the cube shape is right here, and we know how it's all tied together over here. This by far ties more of this fucking puzzle together than any other video I ever did. Saturn represents the area between daytime and nighttime. It's the twilight zone. And if you've ever watched that show, the Twilight Zone, anything can happen. Just like with Doctor Who. You can go anywhere, do anything. On the Twilight Zone, sometimes they're creepy ones, sometimes they're happy ones. But Saturn is the thing that is a divider between night and day. It's the gatekeeper in the Twilight Zone. And they're doing this with neutrinos. So it's like dreaming. They need these neutrinos to keep the fucking story going. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. And if we look at the color combination here, yellow, pink, and blue. I keep showing you guys that. And then here, bang, a paradox. Same plate, same time, same place, different speeds. It's all there. The whole story is right fucking here in this collage I put together. Of course, you can go to the Truth Movement and listen to Tex Mars, and he'll tell you about how alien vampires are trying to suck, you know, the oil out of your pimples and shit. So whatever. Take it or leave it. I'm telling you, I'm on the right track here.